divided about Superman's existence. Why? Because Batman has convinced them that he is a threat. But how could the Dark Knight frame Superman like that? You'll know in today's episode. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. I'm your host, and let's get into the juicy details of the comic world. Meanwhile, the fate of Metropolis is still hanging in the balance as Batman tries to bring Superman down. But why? Well, it's all because of Lex Luthor's manipulations. He has systematically destroyed Metropolis, the city where Superman resides. Now he uses his influence and money to instigate the public against the superhero. With his charisma and smarts, Lex Luthor convinces the world leaders that Superman is too powerful and could easily harm the Earth with his might. They believe that even though he hasn't done so yet, he very well could in the future. So they give Batman the permission to capture Superman. But is Batman able to do that? A side note, Wonder Woman is conflicted. She doesn't want to be involved in a mess, but she feels like she needs to step up and help. Why? Well, because Batman and Superman are two of the most powerful superheroes in DC Comics. If either one falls, the world is in trouble. So she finds herself forced to re-emerge from her hiding spot to aid the other heroes. In the aftermath of Metropolis's destruction, people are divided about what to do with Superman. Some think that he should be arrested, while others argue that he is a hero who saved many lives. We see Aquaman trying to mediate between the two sides. But what does Batman have to say about all this? Instead of helping to restore the city, Batman is pursuing his own agenda. He doesn't care about anyone's opinions. All he cares about is taking Superman down, and for good. He is obsessed with getting rid of Superman and doesn't care how many lives he takes along the way. Why is he doing this? Well, it all boils down to one thing: power. Batman is afraid of Superman's power and what it could potentially do. He thinks that Superman is too powerful and that he could easily harm the Earth with his might. It's not just Superman's powers that Batman is afraid of, but also the fact that he is an alien. Batman doesn't trust Superman and believes that he is only pretending to be a hero. He believes that Superman has ulterior motives and that he is only looking out for himself. So what does Batman do about this? He tries to take Superman down once and for all. He knows that he can't defeat Superman in a fair fight, so he uses underhanded tactics to get the upper hand. This includes manipulating Wonder Woman and using the citizens of Metropolis against him. But will it work? Can Batman really defeat Superman by using these methods? On the other side of town, Superman is trying to decide what to do. He knows that Batman is after him, but he doesn't know why. He also knows that the world is watching him and waiting for him to make a move. This puts a lot of pressure on Superman, and he feels like he has to do something to prove himself. He is worried that if he doesn't do something, the world will turn against him, and that would break his heart. What does Superman do to defend himself? Well, first off, he tries to reason with Batman. He tries to talk to Batman and explain his side of the story, but Batman doesn't listen. He is too caught up in his own vendetta against Superman, and he doesn't care what Superman has to say. So what else does Superman do? Well, he also tries to use his powers to intimidate Batman. He shows Batman what he is capable of, but even that doesn't work. Batman is not afraid of Superman's power, and he is willing to risk it all to take him down. As the fight between Batman and Superman rages on, we see Lex Luthor plotting in the shadows. He is watching the whole thing unfold, and he is enjoying every second of it. Why? Well, because he is the one who started it all. He is the one who manipulated Batman and turned him against Superman. And now he is waiting for one of them to win so he can take over Metropolis. But why does Luthor want Metropolis? Well, it's simple. He wants the power that comes with controlling such a large city. He believes that he is better than Superman and that he deserves to be in charge. He is also tired of Superman being a symbol of hope, and he wants to change that. What does he do to achieve his goal? Well, He uses his intelligence and resources to get ahead of both Batman and Superman. He is smarter than both of them, and he knows how to use that to his advantage. He also has a lot of money, and he uses that to bribe people and get what he wants. The question is, will he succeed? Will Lex Luthor take over Metropolis and become the most powerful man in the world? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure. The battle between Batman and Superman is far from over. Both sides are determined to win, and neither one is willing to back down. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is caught in the middle. She doesn't want to choose sides, but she also doesn't want to sit back and watch the world burn. What will she do? Will she join the fight, or will she stay neutral? But why are they fighting? Well, it all goes back to the destruction of Metropolis. Batman believes that Superman is responsible for the destruction, but Superman insists that he had nothing to do with it. Batman doesn't believe him, and he is determined to prove that Superman is guilty. Superman, on the other hand, is trying to clear his name and find the real person responsible for the destruction. He knows that he didn't do it, but he also knows that Batman won't listen to reason. So he is left with no choice but to fight. As the battle rages on, both heroes are evenly matched. Batman is a skilled fighter and strategist, but Superman is too powerful for him to handle. Superman is trying to hold back, but Batman is relentless. He keeps pushing Superman to his limits, and it is only a matter of time before he makes a mistake. And what exactly is the end game here? Well, Batman's end game is to capture Superman and bring him to justice. He believes that Superman is a threat to humanity and that he needs to be stopped. Superman's endgame is to clear his name and restore order to Metropolis. He also wants to show Batman that he isn't the threat that he thinks he is. But who will win? Well, it's hard to say. Both heroes are powerful and determined. But one thing is for sure, someone is going to come out on top. When the dust settles, what will happen next? Well, that remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor is watching the whole thing unfold, and he is loving every minute of it. He believes that he is the smartest person in the room, and that he is the one who will ultimately prevail. But is he right? Will Lex Luthor come out on top? Or will he be left with nothing? We're at the climax of our story. As the dust settles, we see the damage that has been done. Metropolis is in ruins and the people are scared. But through it all, we see Superman emerge as a true hero. Despite the odds being stacked against him, Superman manages to clear his name and save the day. We also see Batman come to his senses and realize the error of his ways. He apologizes to Superman for framing him, and the two become friends. In the end, Lex Luthor is defeated and brought to justice. He is finally behind bars where he belongs. But what about Wonder Woman? How does she fare in all of this? Well, Wonder Woman emerges as a true leader. She helps to rebuild Metropolis and becomes a symbol of hope for the people. Her wisdom and strength are what ultimately leads the world out of the darkness and into the light. But what does the future hold for these heroes? Well, that remains to be seen. We know that they will continue to fight for truth and justice, but what new challenges will they face? Only time will tell. And that's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Which character do you think was the most interesting? Who do you think was the villain of the story? And how do you think the story could have ended differently? We would love to hear your thoughts. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.